Hey space cadets, ever think about how authors from the past imagined the future? I mean, picture this. Fictional stories about things so wild, so out there that people thought they were pure fantasy. But now, those very things are part of our daily reality. That's what we're diving into today. Those eerie instances where fiction became fact. We're talking moon landings, credit cards, even the internet, all predicted in books. Stick around because we're about to uncover 7 astonishing predictions from fictional books that actually came true. Some of these might just blow your mind. Alright, let's kick things off with a real head-scratcher. In 1898, Morgan Robertson, probably completely unknown at the time, wrote a novel called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. Sounds dramatic, right? Well, it was about this massive, opulent ocean liner dubbed, get this, Titan, which was touted as practically unsinkable. Sound familiar? Now here's where it gets really interesting. Robertson's fictional Titan met its demise after colliding with, you guessed it, an iceberg in the North Atlantic. Fast forward 14 years, the unthinkable happens. The real Titanic, almost a carbon copy of the fictional one, suffers the same fate. An iceberg in the North Atlantic. The similarities were uncanny. The ship's size, the design, the accident, even the month of the year. People couldn't believe it. Some called it an eerie prophecy, others a bizarre coincidence. What do you think? Chilling, isn't it? Let's travel to a dystopian future imagined by George Orwell in his iconic novel 1984. Published in 1949, this book painted a chilling picture of a world suffocating under constant surveillance. Imagine cameras everywhere recording your every move, screens eavesdropping on your conversations, and an omnipresent entity called Big Brother always watching. Back then it felt like pure science fiction, a warning wrapped in a story. But fast forward to today and you'll find Orwell's unsettling vision more relatable than ever. We've got cameras on every street corner, our smartphones tracking our location, and let's not forget the endless data collection happening online. Social media platforms analyze our likes and dislikes. Search engines predict our every need, and targeted advertising follows us wherever we go in the digital world. It's like Big Brother has become a reality, though perhaps in a more subtle and pervasive form than Orwell initially envisioned. Privacy has become a luxury, a constant negotiation in our digitally connected world. Now let's talk about Jules Verne, the grandfather of science fiction. In 1865, he published From the Earth to the Moon, a novel about, well, a trip to the moon. But here's the kicker. Verne envisioned this journey in a capsule launched by a gigantic cannon. Sounds crazy, right? But hold on, it gets even more astounding. The launch site Verne described in his book, it's incredibly close to where NASA's Kennedy Space Center stands today in Florida. And it doesn't stop there. The number of astronauts Verne sent to the moon in his story? 3. The Apollo 11 mission? 3 astronauts? Even the duration of Verne's fictional journey aligns closely with the real Apollo mission. Coincidence? Or did Verne have a crystal ball hidden in his writing desk? We might never know, but it makes you wonder about the power of imagination, doesn't it? Chapter 4, Neuromancer. A glitch in the Matrix? Hold on to your hats, cyberpunk fans, because things are about to get meta. In 1984, a little novel called Neuromancer by William Gibson hit the shelves and changed the sci-fi game forever. This book wasn't just a good read. It was a mind-blowing prediction machine. Gibson introduced the world to the term cyberspace, a term we use every day now. But back then, it was revolutionary. He wrote about a virtual reality so intertwined with the human mind, it was like an extension of our own senses. He talked about digital hacking, instant information exchange, and a world saturated with technology. Remember, this was 1984. The internet, as we know it, didn't even exist yet. But Gibson saw it coming. He tapped into something, a vision of the future that's eerily similar to the digital age we live in today. He predicted the internet, virtual reality, and even the dark side of the digital world, cybercrime. It's like he had a backdoor pass to the future of technology. Chapter 5, Looking Backward, the dawn of the credit card. Now let's step back in time to 1888, to a world before smartphones, the internet, even before airplanes. This was the year Edward Bellamy published Looking Backward, a novel that imagined a utopian future, or at least a version of it. Among the futuristic marvels Bellamy described, one detail stands out: the use of small portable cards for transactions. These weren't just any cards. They were essentially early prototypes of credit cards. Imagine that back when people carried around bags of coins. Bellamy envisioned a cashless society where people used cards containing electronic balances to make purchases. Fast forward to the present day, and we're living in that very world. We pull out our credit cards, swipe them with ease, and walk away with our purchases. No need for clunky coins or wads of cash. It's incredible to think that such a simple yet revolutionary concept was imagined over a century ago in the pages of a novel. Chapter 6, Ralph 124C 41+, video calls before their time. Let's rewind to 1911, a time when telephones were still a novelty. In this pre-internet, pre-television era, Hugo Gernsback, a writer and inventor, penned a science fiction novel titled Ralph 124C 41+. This book was a treasure trove of technological predictions, but one in particular stands out: video calls. Gernsback described scenes where people from the comfort of their homes communicated with each other through audio-visual screens. Remember, this was a time when even the concept of television was still years away. Yet Gernsback envisioned a world where people could see and hear each other remotely, a technology we now take for granted with our Zoom meetings, FaceTime calls, and countless other video conferencing tools. It's remarkable how Gernsback, over 100 years ago, foresaw a future where distance wouldn't be a barrier to face-to-face communication, a world where we could connect with each other instantly, regardless of location. Chapter 7, Brave New World, a genetically modified future? Now let's delve into the unsettling world envisioned by Aldous Huxley in his 1932 novel, Brave New World. This dystopian masterpiece explores a future where humanity has achieved stability and happiness, but at a chilling cost. Huxley envisioned a society where humans are no longer born naturally, but are manufactured in laboratories. He wrote about genetic manipulation, where embryos are tweaked and tailored to fit predetermined roles in society. Back then, such concepts seemed like the stuff of nightmares, the far-fetched imaginings of a writer exploring the darkest possibilities of science. Fast forward to today, and Huxley's vision feels unsettlingly close to reality. With technologies like CRISPR, gene editing is no longer science fiction but a rapidly advancing field. The potential is immense, curing diseases, enhancing abilities, even designing our offspring. But with this power comes immense responsibility, ethical dilemmas that force us to confront the very essence of what it means to be human. Outro fiction or prophecy. From the depths of the ocean to the vastness of space, from the digital realm to the very building blocks of life. These novels took us on a journey through the imaginations of writers who seemed to have glimpsed the future. But were they just skilled storytellers with a knack for weaving compelling narratives, or were they visionaries who tapped into something beyond our understanding? Perhaps reality isn't just stranger than fiction, perhaps reality is inspired by it. Maybe, just maybe, books aren't merely a means to escape reality, but a way to see it before it arrives, to explore the possibilities and prepare for the world that awaits us. Which of these predictions amazed you the most? Have you read a novel that felt like it was talking about the future? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get our upcoming stories about books and the minds that predicted what we live today.